Hello, Wasatch fourth graders. Um, Today's lesson is a name tag making, like this. Okay. Now, before I teach you how to do this, I want to do a little bit of review from last week, imagination wheel lesson. Now, that lesson was actually a preparation for today's lesson. Okay. And let me show you these two objects. Ta-da! Right here I have kindergarten scissors, okay, and a tiny glue bottle. Okay. And I made pictures out of that shape. First, I copied the shape of the glue bottle like that. I just traced it like this with a pencil first and a Sharpie. Okay. And I stared at this shape and I turn it this way and that way, and I start thinking, what can I make out of this shape? See, it's kind of like an imagination wheel lesson, isn't it? And this is what I came up with. Can you find my little glue bottle in this picture? Okay. I hid it really well, didn't I? Okay. All right, let me show you what I did with the scissors picture. Okay, so that's the shape of the scissors. Okay. And I thought and see what I could come up with. And I drew this. Okay. Can you find my scissors shape in here? Okay. All right. So we're doing something similar to that sort of exercise using not a random object like this, but today we're using the letters of your first names. Okay. Now, first, let's think about your first names. Okay. Now, some of you have very long first name. For example, let's see, Jonathan or Mackenzie. Can you shorten those? Do you have a nickname? Okay. For example, if you're Jonathan, maybe you go with John or Johnny. Okay. Or if you're like Elizabeth, maybe you go with Eliza or Beth. Okay, so if you have a shorter nickname, then those shorter version works better for this project. Now, some of you already have very short names like Ty, T-Y, 2 letters, Max, 3 letters, okay? Then you don't have to change anything. My name is Japanese. It's spelled Hideko, has 6 letters. Okay, I cannot shorten it because it's Japanese. So if you cannot shorten it, then that's okay. Don't worry about it. Usually up to 6, 7 letters are just fine. But if your number goes up to close to 10, then it's going to become a very hard job. You have to work really hard at it. You can do it though. Okay. All right, so everybody, think of your first name, count the number of the letters in your first name, okay, and memorize that number. How many you got? Okay. Did you get that? Okay. Then I'm going to give you a teacher name tag kit to each classroom. So your teacher will have everything that you will need for this. And in that kit, there are a lot of white blank square paper like this. This is 3 inches by 3 inches. Okay, and then you will get. Remember the number that you counted? Okay, you get that exact number of this white paper. Okay, and go ahead and get your paper, have it ready on your desk. Okay. And first, you will write your name each letter for each paper. Okay, one letter each for each paper. And with the pencil. Okay. When you do, we're using the pencil first, just in case you mess it up, you can erase it. And then we can use the marker or Sharpie to make it darker later. Okay. When you write your first name, okay, this is my name, make sure you start with the capital. Okay. And then I give you two choices. You can either move to the lowercase, okay, or you can just stay with capital letters. Either way would work. Okay, but here's a bad example. Don't do everything with lowercase. Make sure this first one is capital. Okay, and I would discourage you to use cursive. Okay, you probably don't want to do that anyway, but just draw it like that. Okay, and when you draw your name, please draw it just the right size. Okay, this is the right size. Now this is a bit too big. You will not have enough space to draw pictures around it. Now this is a bit too tiny. Now you don't want the tiny things one after another. Okay, so not too big, not too small, but just right. All right, and also when you write your name, don't design it. Don't make it double length. Don't make it 3D, okay? Or don't start drawing pictures with Sharpies. We're gonna save that for later. So these are also bad examples, okay? So just simple lines, no designs, okay? Got that? All right, that take care of all the letters in your name. And when you're done, then we will look at the letters and then start thinking, what can I draw around it? Okay, and you have to start imagining the pictures around it. But be careful. Now these ones, it was okay to turn the scissors this way and that way. It was okay. But for your name tag project, you cannot do that anymore. For example, the E has to look like E. You cannot put it like this or like that, okay? Otherwise, your name tag will not be readable. Okay? Here's the same thing. This is S, but you cannot put it sideways like that. It's not going to show up as S anymore. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Now, let me show you what I did was my example. So H became a chair. I, dragonfly. D, a penguin. E, a mouse. E, slice of orange. And O, breakfast, bacon and egg. Now this was the lowercase example. I do have a capital example also. They are not on the tag yet, but I'm going to show you anyway. So here's H. I made a monster truck. I, it's a lamp. D, slice of watermelon. E, window. K, envelope. O, sore throat. Okay, now some people have same letters in your name. For example, like the name Hannah, okay, has lots of A and N and A's. They all the letters show up multiple times. When you have a name like that, can you please think of different pictures for each letters? Okay. Okay. And let's see. Oh yeah, so after you draw your picture, you can draw your picture with a pencil first, okay? And then color it with color pencils or crayons. do not use markers anymore, especially black markers, because we want our names still showing up a little bit. Okay, we're kind of hiding it, but not completely just make it disappear. Okay, so please use the color pencils or crayon around it, okay? And then glue it on the tag paper. Your teacher will have tag paper also. Okay, glue it with a little bit space in between so that it will show up really good. Don't glue it crooked. Okay, that's it. And this is the one and only project that you don't have to write your name on the back. You're wondering why? Because your name is already there. Okay. Okay. So once you're done, you can keep it in your house, put it on the door of your room, or you can bring it over to your teacher to show it to your teacher or to your friends. Okay. Okay. So this is it for this lesson. Okay. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.